now joining me, we have Kellen Short, and she is going to be talking with us today about Grandfather Mountain Naturalist Weekend. And this is coming up next weekend, and you were saying it's kind of a kickoff to spring for you guys.
That's correct. This is one of our first big events for the spring, and we're really excited about it. It's something we do every year.
Okay.
So it's a fun and exciting 3 days worth of naturalist programs. And they kind of range the gamut. We have workshops on plants and animals, a little bit about Grandfather Mountain's history. So it's really just a good kickoff to spring, a good reason to visit the mountain.
Definitely.
And just learn a lot along the way.
Absolutely. Well, Grandfather Mountain is such a neat place. If you've never been and been on the bridge and done all of that, it's such a neat little place and a great way to really go and appreciate this beautiful place that we live.
It is, and I think that that's one of our primary goals, just to connect people with nature. Even if you live up here, I think we just take it for granted just how unique this place is. We were thrilled just this week to see the first blooms of the pink shell azalea coming out.
Yes.
And that's a real sign of spring. So it's a great time to visit in May.
Absolutely. Now talk with us a little bit about how Naturalist Weekend got started.
Well, it's been going along for several years now, and it's really a project started by our education department. We've got interpretive rangers, naturalists, of course, and other folks who just sort of were looking for a way to share their passion, share their knowledge of Grandfather Mountain and really of our surrounding high country area with folks who may not have been here before or have been here before, but just want to go a little bit deeper and get more hands-on. So they've got a really big lineup of events. It starts Friday afternoon. There's going to be birding all day, hosted by the Audubon Society.
Wonderful.
And then in the evening, we've got an owl prowl. So that's a really cool opportunity to see some of our owls that you may not see on an everyday basis.
Right.
We also have programs throughout Saturday and Sunday. We've got several guided hikes. One in particular highlights our rare plants and animals found at Linville Peak, which is the far side of the bridge. Another that talks a lot about some of the great naturalists throughout our history and the ways that they viewed the world. Some of them did make historic treks to Grandfather Mountain itself.
Right.
So that's neat to hear about. And then several of our programs also deal with our wildlife.
Okay.
So we have a bear workshop.
Fun.
Maybe folks are seeing the bears out this time of year, rummaging through their trash cans, and but maybe we don't know a whole lot about them and why they are the way they are. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions too about our native black bears. So that's one in particular. Kind of just ranges everything, and it appeals to every age too. So we've got a lot of programs that are excellent for kids, great for our younger generations, but good for adults too. I mean, every time I hang out with one of our naturalists, I walk away a little bit smarter because they're just brilliant. They know so much about the natural world, and they're engaging. They're just wonderful to spend time with.
Definitely. It sounds like this weekend is a great way to learn a lot without feeling like you're sitting there getting an education.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's really what we try to bring at Grandfather Mountain all the time. But this is an opportunity to get all of it crammed into one weekend. And yeah, I think you will learn a lot. I know that there's just a lot I think that we take for granted and don't ever look into, even if we live up here or if we're just visiting.
Absolutely, definitely. Now, this is kind of the kickoff to spring, so do you guys have a lot of other things coming up as well?
That's correct, yes. We've got a ton on the schedule this summer, so if you can't make it to Naturalist Weekend, there's still plenty of opportunities. In fact, most of these programs, these workshops that the naturalists will offer are also held at other times throughout the year.
Okay.
So we'll have daily programs. We've got daily animal enrichment sessions, which are a neat way to see our animals in the habitats a little bit closer, a little more active. So our habitat staff at various points throughout the day will stop into the habitats, maybe give them a special scent or a new toy or a tasty treat, and you know, really allow them to come out and play a little bit, and for folks to see them up close.
Definitely. So. Now, back to Naturalist Weekend. How do people plan to attend, and do they have to attend the entire weekend, or can they kind of pick and choose?
Absolutely. So you can pick and choose whatever you'd like to see and do. Like I said, it begins Friday night on May 16th, and then it will continue throughout just about all day Saturday and also into Sunday. So we've got our full schedule online at grandfather.com, or you can give us a call at 828-733-2013.
Okay.
And basically we just invite folks to come and look at the schedule, see what piques their interests. The great thing about these programs is that all are included with park admission. There's not going to be additional charges and fees. You just come in to the entrance gate like normally, and see everything that you can see. Now we do have a few programs that require advanced registration simply because space is limited.
Right.
But those are listed on the website, and along with how to sign up for those if you're interested.
Very neat.
Yes.
I always love coming to Grandfather Mountain because it's so relaxing. You feel like you're kind of separated from the rest of the world for a little bit. It's
You
quite
do,
an escape.
absolutely, and especially in May, it's a great time to come because we've not hit our busiest summer season yet, but the leaves are really showing through. It's amazing to watch them kind of climb up the mountain, and it get greener and greener as summer arrives. But yeah, if you've not been in a long time, or if you've never been, this is a good weekend to do it. Just plenty to see and do.
Absolutely. Hopefully it'll be a nice high country weekend, and that will be helpful as well. Always a little chillier up there on the top of the mountain, though.
It is. Even in summertime, yeah, we suggest that you bring a jacket because, you know, it can get pretty breezy up at that bridge.
Yes.
We had some really wild weather this winter. I think it got down to -17. But guaranteed this May is a lot better. We've had a beautiful week, and I think it will continue into May and as the season goes along. So
wonderful. Now, what are your hours every day?
So we're currently open from 9 to 6,
Okay.
and ticket sales end at 5. And then as Memorial Day weekend arrives, we'll expand to a summer hours, and that's 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
With ticket sales ending at 6.
Now, do you find that most of the people who visit the mountain are tourists, or do you have a lot of locals who come as well?
Oh, man. Well, you know, it's been really remarkable. We just finished with Dollar Days.
Such a cool thing, by the way.
Yes, folks love Dollar Days. That's reduced admission, of course, for local residents. So that time of year we see a whole lot of familiar faces coming around. But it was also remarkable. I think we had something like 17 countries that came. Our staff just charted it for a few days in April, and were amazed by where people were coming from.
Yeah.
So it's really neat to kind of have that mixing pot up on the mountain.
Definitely. Well, if you have not been to Grandfather Mountain or haven't been in a long time, definitely do plan to head out. And next weekend, the perfect time, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you said?
That's correct.
We have Grandfather Mountain Naturalist Weekend. And what is the website one more time?
Yes, it's grandfather.com.
Perfect. Nice and simple.
Easy enough.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk with us
Thank
today.
you.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.